racing and baseball, two worlds collide. Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee.
The first Major League Baseball game in the state of Tennessee is going to be played between the Reds and the Braves. Speedway Classic 25.
I think the scale of Bristol was the thing that was most attractive to us.
10 years ago, if you'd asked me, I mean, we're not probably going to do baseball.
Bristol Motor Speedway was probably more difficult because of the size.
It's huge. Photos, you see it, you're like, oh, it's a stadium. No, it's a big stadium.
How the heck is a baseball stadium going to be put inside of Bristol?
An MLB game has not been played in a venue this large.
We are not a league that just continues to copy the event from the past year. And so we've had the ability to bring the game internationally, like London, Japan, Korea, here domestically, Field of Dreams to Rickwood Field. But we really haven't done an event at a scale that was going to break the regular season record. And so when we got to Bristol and we saw the vastness of the actual space, this last great Coliseum in racing, it sort of allowed us to program something at a scale that was greater than anything we've ever done before.
Major League Baseball has obviously official rules. An official rule book actually lays out what a baseball field needs to be. So we look at all those rules along with the dimensions of the actual field. I mean, we're always trying to be in that sweet spot, we call it, of 330 down the lines, 375 to the alleys, and 400 to center field from home plate. That's kind of the generic location. Sometimes we have to tweak that.
I couldn't tell you how many different ways that we designed this ballpark. It was rotated 20 different ways, and it all just has these ripple effects on the rest of the seating bowl around it. My name's Michael Kynard with Populous. I'm an architect and associate principal at Populous. Really, we were responsible for designing the ballpark and making sure that what we've now designed can come to reality, both operationally and physically. And Brightview has to build the field, and BAM has to make sure everything else gets built.
My name is Murray Cook, president of Brightview Sports, and we are Major League Baseball's official field consultants. Our role here has been to help develop, plan and design the venue for the upcoming game, really just figuring out how to make this ballpark work.
That building is made for racing. It's not made for baseball.
Bristol Motor Speedway is a professional NASCAR facility. Anything in the baseball configuration there doesn't exist unless we build it. If we don't build a bullpen, it doesn't exist. If we don't build dugouts, they don't exist. Clubhouses, all of that.
BAM is responsible for the overall project management to ensure that everything works together and is built on time, on budget, and safely. My name is Ray Silverta. I'm a construction manager with BAM Productions. We've been working with all of the vendors, all of the contractors and whatnot to build that master schedule.
It takes a lot of coordination and dedication by all the teams that are out there working on it to make sure everyone is safe and they're doing what they need to do.
It has to be organized mayhem.
There was a lot of gravel to be brought in to level this. Actually 4 times the amount of gravel that we had to use in London. There were almost 18,000 tons of gravel. We used lasers to make sure the field is level because that plays into the actual construction of the field.
Because this field actually drops almost 4 feet from the side to the center, we looked at how we could best build a retaining wall to contain all the gravel that was needed to build that field up.
This area gives you an understanding of the elevation we had to achieve in order to build the surface of the field. So this is the deepest area, which is close to 4 feet high. On the first base side, it's only like 2 or 3 inches. And this clay is engineered soil, about 60% sand and 40% clay. It's used in Major League ballparks. There's about 250 tons under here now. This is a shock pad that helps soften the step. And this particular shock pad helps soften the bounce of a ball. The design of this turf is two-tone for the outfield to make it look like it's really grass. They'll put glue here. They'll put a piece of tape down the middle, bring it over and put it down. They come back and wet it to activate the glue, and then they use this little baby roller over here to go down and add a good sealed seam to it. And we'll take this turf, we'll add some sand for ballast, and sand goes onto it maybe like 1/8 of an inch to help give it weight. Then they come on with a crumb rubber product, and then we top that off with organic product, which helps keep the turf cool and also helps with the ball bounce. We're installing our warning track turf too. On top of this is another product that's called Safe Shell, and that Safe Shell creates a different feeling for the player so that when he walks across it or runs across it, he feels it and he hears it. And that's a big component of warning the player before they get to the fence line. These guys out here are building bullpens. This is the Braves bullpen, making sure the pitching rubbers are level. They're exactly designed to be 10 inches above the home plate area. The actual bullpen area is turfed other than where the clay is on the mound. Our batter's eye, by dimensions, is required to be 40 feet tall, 80 feet wide. So the current batter's eye is only 24 feet by 80 feet, and we had to get it to 40 feet high. And to do that, we created another batter's eye in the seating bowl, but it has to be larger in order to give the batter a clear view of being able to hit the ball.
My name's Stephen Swift. I am the Senior Vice President of Operations Development for Speedway Motorsports. I oversee a lot of different construction, and in the construction world, the challenges are what push us and drive us to continue to love what we do and want to achieve new things, and this was one of those new things that being part of has been really rewarding.
My name is Jerry Caldwell. I'm President and General Manager here at Bristol Motor Speedway. You're going to have surprises as you look at the layout. You think something measures one way and you get some engineers to look at it and it doesn't quite line up the way you thought. Those are all natural things that you're going to encounter as you go through the process.
A few things that we saw at Bristol was there was that physical building that was going to be in the way of our outfield.
The football field's set in the center of the facility, so we didn't have to tear walls down, we didn't have to take buildings out. It's a lot more demo for baseball preparation than there was for the football preparation.
We had to take into account the giant scoreboard that sits right above the left field line.
Colossus proved to be quite the challenge given how low it hangs.
The video board is only 180 feet from home plate. You know, Colossus itself is about 1 foot off of the foul line, which means during the game, Colossus is in foul territory. If a ball hits it during the game, it's a dead ball.
I think the coolest seat in the building is going to be fairly high up. You can see everything that's kind of happening on this big track. You can see the team buses coming in. You can see all that stuff. So you kind of get a peek behind the curtain.
With this giant backdrop of tens of thousands of fans in the outfield at a much greater scale than any major league ballpark, it'll be interesting to see what the players' reactions are and how they feel about the event.
We're dedicated to putting the best product out there in the field for the players. We're just setting the canvas, and they got to come in and paint the picture. And so we're out there trying to put together this large piece of playing surface that's safe and ready for them at a major league level.
BAM's responsible for that overall project management, but we're also working close with MLB on the decor element, all the branding around the stadium.
The idea is that it's a spectacle, so we wanted to make sure that we're doing justice to what the theme was. Jason Yaden, Senior Creative Director of Major League Baseball, I oversee the brand and event side of our global design team. In general, my team is responsible for the logo design, how the style guide comes to life, and then implementation into the actual event. The logo itself follows our brand system. It uses a block font that is proprietary to MLB. And as we kind of look at what the logo looks like, we really wanted to build out what the style guide started to feel, and that's where a lot of the personality came in. So this dynamic motion, the speed, the kind of angles of the track. I think we underestimated how big this place was. You think of it as a very small thing on your screen, and then you blow it up and it's 6 stories tall. And then once you get there and you see, you're like, oh wow, that one little sign that we do is going to be 1/10 of the entire building.
This is quite a large event, and it's something that really hasn't been done before. I'm Nick Kelly, a senior designer with MLB Brand Design. Our responsibilities for this event are graphic development and production and installation of those graphics. Right when we found out the event, it was immediately just trying to figure out a way that we can make both baseball and racing a cohesive element. It was really just speed, visuals, what's the shape that both sports produce. A lot of the sheared and italic type that we're using for this is sheared at 26 degrees. The reason for that is because a lot of the turns and angle of the track itself is around 26 degrees. So we sheared a lot of the shapes and a lot of different motion that you'll see throughout.
There's a lot of personality in NASCAR, and really what we wanted to show is how we can mix the two in a very polished, smart way.
The venue has the moniker the last great Coliseum because of the way that the grandstands bank and are steeped all around in a full sort of 360-degree view. And it is really spectacular. In some ways you have to see it to believe it, but when you do see it for the first time, the scale of the place really speaks for itself. My name is Aaron Kaplan. I'm Director of Event Business and Strategy. I oversee a lot of our long-term event planning and event portfolio strategy, and then ultimately translating those to business executions. This event is really an extension of our Future Sites event model. Coming off of the success of Field of Dreams, Rickwood and Birmingham, Little League Classic, there has definitely been an appetite to continue looking for ways to go outside the box, to go big. A lot of different venues thrown on the table, and so there was a small working group of folks who shortlisted a few locations. That shortlist included Bristol Motor Speedway.
Being the first to host Major League Baseball in the state of Tennessee, we're thrilled to be able to play that role.
Being from this area, you were either a Braves fan or a Reds fan, right? Because it's kind of 5 hours either way.
Because there's no MLB team in the state of Tennessee, a lot of the fans there are already fans of both the Braves and the Reds, which are the two closest teams to Bristol. My name is Steven Tyler. I'm the Director of Global Brand Management at Major League Baseball. The Reds and the Braves have some of the most electrifying and exciting players in the game who really represent what Bristol's all about. It makes a lot of sense to have guys like that performing in an environment that stands for speed and spectacle. Fans in Bristol are used to seeing amazing events. It's really been about giving them the excitement of, hey, this isn't just an opportunity to watch a baseball game, this is an opportunity to be at a baseball game. We're not trying to change what Bristol means to them, but rather bring that Bristol experience and bring baseball together.
We're embracing the NASCAR feel and the baseball feel to it, so we are trying to create I would say the ultimate tailgating experience for fans. Robert Fields, Senior Manager of Global Events, Event Operations, and I'm overseeing the fan zone at the Speedway Classic. Every component that you will see in a fan zone has to be built. You can imagine an empty parking lot and there's nothing there as a blank canvas. So we are building high truss structures to bring that height and scale to the event itself. We're rolling in a Ferris wheel. We're rolling in a stage. Looking at how NASCAR operates in terms of how the fans enjoy their events and how baseball fans enjoy their events at various stadiums, we wanted to bring that all together into one place. So that's why we developed the fan zone before the game to provide the music, the food, the cars, and then people could enjoy the game afterwards.
There's a lot of work that has gone into this, and all that work really is so that people that come to the venue on that day can experience baseball for the first time in Tennessee and be able to see that reaction from families and from baseball enthusiasts, or maybe a fan who's never been to a game, to be able to see that live and to be able to see everybody enjoying the hard work that went into the last multiple years of planning. Those are the things that I think make us all tick when it comes to putting on events.
It's almost like the week of Christmas, and all the families coming over and we're starting to put out the decorations. It's all kind of coming together, and you see it all kind of rising up out of the infield. So it's so fun to come in every day and see what new is taking place.
We love being in this business because you're really creating these emotional connections, and to have people interacting with your work, I think, is so rewarding.
I think that's going to have a very big wow moment for all the players and all the fans as well when they walk into this venue and see what it's transformed to become.
That national anthem, that first pitch, when it all kind of comes together, seeing that it's creating lifelong memories for our team members, for people that are in attendance. I love seeing that.
We always try to do something different. We try to bring something bigger and better, and I think Bristol is the best example of that yet.